Hey guys, so that was a great question. John, I'm not stopping you. I'm not stopping you. You was on a good point. I am recording now, so if you guys miss anything, I understand that you have to go. If you miss anything, it will be live on YouTube, so you can go ahead and watch the repost. But main thing, I do want you guys to make sure that you are really, while you're in class and things like that, that you're really focusing on the freehold and leasehold estate, and you understand it. You will see this on the national portion of the test, where they will talk about freehold, leasehold, escheat, intestate, gross, net, sublease. So it's something that you guys definitely want to make sure that you are familiar with. So I'm going to go over a few of them. So most of the questions that we're going to go over here is flashcard questions, meaning questions that you just automatically should know. When you hear the name, you should automatically know this is what this means, and the answer should pop out at you. So we're not going to spend so much time on it. We're just going to go right through, okay? So leverage. So when you hear leverage, while I'm reading this should already pop out. The answer should already come out, because in the end, you should know when you hear leverage, you hear what? So which of the following statements is true about leverage? A, leverage is the same as equity. B, leverage is use of borrow funds to purchase asset or finance as investments. C, leverage can only be positive, or D, leverage is when an investor uses his equity to purchase a property. All right, let's go right into it. Yep, you guys on the right track. I see your answers, so keep posting them. It is B. Why is it B? Because anytime you hear leverage, you should know automatically that it is other people money, that it is borrowed funds. So remember, leverage, borrowed funds, other people money, it should pop out right at you, okay? All right, let's move along. Now, we're talking about a sales associate's license. So, what is the status of a sales associate's license if he does not complete the required 45-hour post-license course before the first expiration of his license? Is it A, involuntary inactive, B, suspension, C, null and void, D, void and inactive? So again, this is a flashcard that you guys automatically should know. So if they do not complete the required 45-hour post license course, then their license is simply null and void. There's no way around that. There's no in between. It is null and void. Quite simple. You guys need to know that. If they did not complete the required 45-hour post, that it is simply null and void. That is a flashcard question, one you want to know. That will be on the test. Next, guys, surveyor method. Which of the following is a type of surveyor? Is the method of surveyor would use to describe a property that is in a subdivision? A, the meets and bounds. So meets and bounds is the beginning to end. You have B, the lots and block. You have C, the government survey method, or D, the surveyor method. The answer is going to be B. And again, we're not going to spend much time on it. Good job. Good job. I see most of you put B. It is B. When you are hearing the method of surveyor and you are seeing in a subdivision, lot and block should pop out at you. That is another flashcard that you just have to know. There's but so many ways that they can ask you this. Surveyor, subdivision, you know it's lot and block. FREC, administrative rule. Okay, administrative. That is the key point. When you take your test, if you have to underline things, highlight things, that is the key point to this. So which of the following is a set of administrative rules developed by the Florida Real Estate Commission? I'm not going to read the question because I see most of you guys have the answer, and it is C. So with this, it is chapter C61J2. It's no other way to, like, this is an administrative. It is C61J2. This is another flashcard that you guys just want to know, okay? That you have to know. All right. Not no 621J, not no FS120. It is 61J2. So when you see administrative, know that it's 61J2. All right. Like and subscribe. We're not done. We still have to do this. If you guys have any questions, or if there's any other videos that you would like me to go over, please let me know. We still have a few more that we have to do. We're not done, but please let me know. I like to hear that you guys pass. I like to hear I like to encourage you. If there's a topic that you want me to go over more, let me know, and please like and subscribe so that way you can see as they come along. One thing about our page is not just about real estate, it's about health, real estate, and empowerment. So you may see a little bit more, but definitely for all the real estate things, it is in this real estate tabs. So definitely like and subscribe, and please let us know if you have any other questions. Now, USPAP. Okay, my Florida people. So what does USPAP stand for? You have to know it, because if they try to trick you and say, is it uniform statistics of professional applicants, you need to know that that is not right. Okay, a licensed real estate sales associate conducted an appraisal for a fee and was found in violation of the uniform standard of professional appraiser practice. What is true? Okay, so a real estate licensees are not required to abide by the USPAP, and in this situation, the sales associates will be charged a commission for the appraisal, not a fee. All right, so let's dive into this. So, what is the answer to this? Um, can a real estate associates do a BPO? Yes, they can. Can a real estate associates guys do a BPO and call an appraisal? No, they cannot. Can a real estate associates do a BPO for a fee? Yes, they can. But when you are doing appraisals and things like that, then you must go by the USPAP guidelines. But as a licensee, you're not doing that. You can do, you can do, you cannot do in a BPO and then call it an appraisal. Now, my question to you guys is, can you do a BPO for a home loan? No, you cannot, right? Because you only can do an appraisal is needed for a home loan. If somebody is trying to price out a foreclosure or things like that, you could do a BPO. But when it comes to appraisal, that is a different world. It's totally different. And then you would have to abide by the uniform standards of professional appraisal practice. So B, the licensee is subject to FREC discipline. C, only appraisal board can oppose and penalty in this case, and the FREC does not have authority over appraisal matter. Or D, real estate sales associates may not conduct an appraisal for a fee unless they are certified licensed. So the answer to this is it's B. All right, you guys understand how is it B, correct? All right, good. So know what USPAP stand for. And another takeaway that you guys want to know when they are talking about that, that they USPAP and a violation, you automatically know that a violation for a licensed real estate associate is always going to be subject to FREC discipline. So it is B. Which of the following is true regarding freehold and leasehold estate? So you guys know what freehold and leasehold estate is. So when it comes to freehold estates are of indefinite duration and leasehold estate are definite duration. B, freehold estates are of a definite duration and leasehold estates are of indefinite duration. C, freehold estates and leasehold estates are of definite duration. Or D, freehold estates and leasehold estates are of indefinite duration. The answer is going to be A. Okay, freehold estates are of indefinite duration and leasehold estates are definite duration. And it's common sense to why that is, because one, you're focusing on property, real estate. The other one, not saying that apartments not, but you're focused on real estate, but the other one, you are focusing on leases. So it's totally different. It has to have an end date to it, right? So that's why this answer is A. All right. What kind, and thank you, Tammy, for answering some of these questions. I see other questions that has nothing to do with this is being asked too. So good job on that. If you guys need me to dive in on any of those questions, let me know and I'll go ahead and focus on it as soon as we're done with this. All right, let's finish this quiz. We're going to call it a quiz. What kind of lease must be filled by an attorney? A commercial lease, B, residential lease, C, leases lasting 1 year or less, or D, Florida does not require any type of lease to be filled by an attorney. So let's do process of elimination. We know that D is not correct. We know that B is obviously not correct. So the answer is going to be A. So yes, you can go ahead and do fill in the blanks for residential. You can go ahead and do it for leases lasting 1 year or less. But when it comes to commercial, that is something that an attorney must do. So now when we're talking about parties to a lease, so in a triple net lease, the expenses that a tenant must pay, A, can be both fixed and that variable, can be B, well, is it B, are always fixed, C, are always variable, D, are always the same. Yep. Good job, guys. So it is A, can be both fixed and variable. So a triple net lease can be both, okay? Do not get a triple net lease confused with a gross lease. But this is what a triple net lease is. It could be fixed or variable. Now let's talk about this, guys, because this is really important and I want to make sure you understand. I know this would be good for you, Jessica, because you did ask the question on this. So this would be really good. So Brittany pays $675 for rent each month. Sarah pays around $700 for rent each month, but her rental costs vary. Which of the following is most likely true? So again, Brittany pays $675 per month, and that's what she pay. Versus Sarah is $700 and her rent varies. So would it be A, Brittany has a gross lease, Sarah has a net lease? B, Brittany has a net lease, Sarah has a gross lease? C, Brittany has and Sarah both have a gross lease? Or do they both have a net lease? So the answer is going to be A. I want you guys to remember, even if you own your own home, when you are answering these questions, put yourself in a situation as if you live in an apartment complex. And if you live in an apartment, you know that your rent is a set pay. So you are Brittany at this point. You pay $675 per month. Or even just say, if you want to say you're at your parents' home, however you got to look at it, you pay $675 per month. Your rent is not going up. If you're paying $675 per month and it's the same each month, that is considered a gross lease. So a gross lease is an apartment person. That's how to look at it. That's how to remember it. An apartment person, they're paying a gross lease. Versus if Sarah was in a commercial building or in something different, then Sarah pays $700 each month and it varies. So if it varies, then that is a net lease. You got it? So apartment person is a gross lease. If it vary, it's a net lease because a gross lease establish a fixed rental rate while a net lease establish fixed rental rate and it add fluctuation expenses. So it may fluctuate. It may be different. She may pay $700 this month. She may pay $750 next month. It may be different. But you need to know that an apartment person is a gross. Just give me an example to remember it. And then if it varies, it's automatically a net. Now, with this one, which of the following property will be most likely to have a percentage lease? So, A, a shopping center, B, an apartment complex, C, a school, or a foreclosure property, REO. It is going to be A. So a retail property like a shopping center are most likely utilizing a percentage lease. Just think about a kiosk in the mall. Okay, a kiosk in the mall, they may have their payment, but then they have a percentage. So a percentage of their sales may go to, so it may be different. Okay, so we know that gross is a set. Gross is an apartment person. They pay the same thing every month. We know net is going to vary. And then we know percentage is a shopping center or a retail property where they will utilize percentage lease. Good job, guys. You're doing good. You're on the right track. So Miss B decides to open up a coffee shop downtown. She signs a percentage lease with her landlord. So guys, we know by looking at the last question that a percentage lease, that means she's in a shopping center or a type of retail space, right? Okay, so her fixed rent is $1,500 per month. Her rent cost will include 4% of the monthly sales. In October, she earned $4,500 in sales. How much is Miss B rent in October? So here's the thing that I don't want you to do, because I think, Kelly, what you just did, I know I tell you guys when you see the questions when it's like flashcards to go ahead and say, oh, that's it. Already have an idea that that's it, but read the rest of the question. I always tell you, read the darn question. You have to read the whole thing. So Kelly, you seen her fixed rent and you said 1,500 because you're looking at it as a fixed rent. But again, we just said that Kelly has a percentage rent. Kelly does not have a gross rent. Kelly will be paying 1,500 per month if she had a gross rent. She don't. She has a percentage rent. Okay. So yes, yes, yes. Most of you guys on the right track. It is A. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna find the rent for October. So we know that the rent for October is, we're gonna use the percentage of the lease, and then we're gonna put in an equation. So we're gonna say the fixed rent, which is 1,500 per month, plus the overage times the sales rate. And that will give you 1680. And yes, you still could do that in a T chart if you like, but you honestly can just go ahead and just know that it's the fix, add the overage, and then times the sales rate, and then that'll be answered. All right, guys. So ground lease are most often used in what type of development? Commercial, residential, agriculture, or freehold estate? Yes, it is going to be commercial, correct. You guys was answering that fast, so I just went ahead and move on. Ground leases are more often seen in developments of commercial properties. Which of the following describes a sublease? So, a tenant transfer part of their right of possession in the lease property to another person for a period of lease term. B, a tenant transfer their entire right of possession in a lease property for the remainder of the lease term. C, a tenant terminates their lease early against their own wishes. Or D, a tenant terminates their lease early against the wishes of the landlord. That is correct, guys. It is A. Most of you on the right track. So basically a sublease is when a tenant occurs when a tenant transfer a part of their rights of a possession in a lease property. So let's think about Target. Most everybody should know a Target. When you go in a Target store, what else do you see? You see a Starbucks. So who owns the property, or who is responsible for the lease? Target is responsible for paying the lease, but Target is subleasing to Starbucks. So that's why Starbucks, they have the right of part of the possession. Okay. So that's the best way to look at it when you're trying to think of a definition of a sublease. But sublease, the main person's still responsible, but they're just subleasing. They're just giving a right of their possession of the property to someone else. So what does intestate means? Is it a person dies without having left a valid will? A person dies having left a valid will? A person legally appoints his heir? A person legally appoints his Yep, good. So it is A. So intestate refers to when a person dies without leaving a will. Okay. Now, John, when it comes to escheat, because I see what you're saying, I look at escheat because you guys know I'm an acronym person. I look at it as, wow, you really cheated yourself. So escheat is I cheated. And when I say that, I'm saying you cheated yourself out of having a will, that you allowed the government to take over and make the decisions for you. You cheated yourself. So that's what escheat means. That is the difference between escheat and intestate. Some people think for some reason that when they see escheat, that it's okay, a person who died without having left a valid will. But the thing is, escheat is more like the process. Intestate is a person who dies without having left a valid will. Does that make sense? Okay. Thumbs up. Thumbs up. See your thumbs up, John. Good, good, good. So yes, so I want to make sure you guys understand that. A gift of real property left by a will is known as A, bequest, B, devise, C, legacy, test, tester. You know what I mean. I don't know why I can't say it today. The answer is going to be B. Okay, so a gift of real property left by a will is known as devise. Okay, legacy, Jackie, legacy is money. So legacy is always money. All right, that's what you got to remember. Legacy is always money. Devise is when you left property as a will. All right, bequest is more of leaving like a bike or something. All right. Okay, so deeds and wills convey intestate in a property. A deed conveys A, no interest in a property unless after death, while a will conveys present interest in real estate. B, a present interest in real estate, while a will convey no interest in the property until after death. C, a present interest in real estate as does a will. D, no interest in the property until after the death, as does a will. Let's just go ahead and just get this one over with. It is B. So the parties named in a will have no right of the interest as long as the test. I don't know why I can't say this word today. Testator. Okay, so the party's name in a will have no right of interest as long as the testator is still alive. They acquires interest or title only after the owner dies. So a deed convey a present interest. So that is the difference. So deed and will convey interest in a property, and a deed convey present interest. So the answer is going to be B. Okay. All right, guys. So let's make sure you subscribe, like and subscribe. Let us know what you need. Let us know what you want. Let us know when you pass. If you need more details in something, if there's a chapter that's you're struggling with, or you need to know where do I go from here, or what is this, or need more details, please ask, reach out. Make a note under a video if you like to. Just reach out. We are here to help you. I'm going to stop this. I do see your question about something totally different, John. So I'm going to go ahead and stop this so that way I can answer that. But if you guys have any questions, please reach out, like and subscribe. So that way you can be updated with other videos and stuff, and let us know that you pass. Talk to you soon. Everyone else, stay on. I'm going to go ahead and upload this.